Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is part 4 of my analysis of the interview between Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate during their interview conducted in Bucharest, Romania, a few days ago and posted online today. The interview lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes. I watched the entire interview, and here is part 4. I did 3 parts already. Here is where Piers Morgan again is telling Andrew Tate, because Piers Morgan's goal here is to destroy Andrew Tate's character somehow, like he can't, but anyway, I think he just wants views. But nevertheless, last time when I checked, in 5 hours when this one was posted, it had almost 1 million viewers. So his goal was accomplished. So let's watch here where this guy again attacks Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate will respond about fatherly love or how a man loves. And then Piers Morgan tells Andrew Tate that you don't understand. Again, like someone, you're a dumbass or something.
Men love by telling you what to do and not allowing you to make stupid decisions. We save you from the female inclination to make stupid choices.
This is another Andrew Tate tweet.
If a man isn't giving you instructions, he doesn't love you. If you won't listen to a man's instructions, you don't love him. The whole language is so ridiculous.
Let me change the language then.
Well, you tweeted this to
8.2
million people.
Correct. So let me say this.
Correct.
A father loves. Let's say instead of a man loves, say a father loves. A father loves disciplinarian. That's how a father will love you. A mother will say, oh, I hope you're happy, hope you're doing okay. But a father will come along and say, no, don't do this. You must do it that way. That's incorrect. It has to be this way. A father will discipline you because a father feels he knows best for you. It's the masculine essence of love. When a man loves, he shows that he cares via degree.
There is a massive difference between a relationship between a father and a child and between a man and a woman in a relationship.
Completely.
And I'm not sure you quite get that.
No, there is a difference. But I...
Completely, he said. I'm not sure you get that because I'm smart or something. Yeah. And he's...
Piers, I would argue in the happiest relationships, it's a traditionally masculine role in which the man plays and provides. The female is traditionally feminine. The man is the head of the house. Not in an abusive way, doesn't beat her up. I'm talking about the man being the head of the household, like I would like to believe you're the head of your household. And he comes along and says what happens and what doesn't happen because he's the man of the house.
No, that's not. That's actually not how most households operate now.
Well, then it sounds like we understand why the entire world's a mess. Because only 10 years ago, that's exactly how the households operated. There was a man of the house, and now we have no longer any clear defined roles. There's no more longer a man of the house. You want to talk about knife crime, kids doing drugs, the crime rate, all of these problems. You want to talk about all of the societal ills we face. Perhaps it's because we don't have any men in the house anymore. Perhaps we need to bring the man of the house back. And the man of the house will come along and be a disciplinarian, and he will make the set rules and the creeds of that house. He will say, within this household, we don't take drugs. That stands for the woman I am with, the children who we have birthed. Nobody takes drugs in this household because this is my house and I'm the man of the house. So it sounds to me like we need to bring it back.
When I told Trump...
That's exactly. And we're not going to watch this little commercial here, obviously. A little clip where, again, Piers calls... Andrew Tate, oh, you're a smart guy. You know what it is. He's looking down on Andrew Tate big time. So let's watch this little exchange here.
Well, no, because sarcasm means you don't mean it.
Piers, all the things you've just described...
Do you accept that?
No,
You're a smart guy. You know what sarcasm means,
absolutely.
Right?
You're a smart guy. You know what sarcasm means. That's an insult right there. Under the cloak of, let's have a conversation. Another clip here, Piers won't let it go with the vaccines. It was in, I think, the part 1 of this interaction, the videos that I made. And again, he's going to ask him about the polio vaccine. And again, Andrew Tate smacks him. So here it is. Ask him about the polio vaccine.
The vaccines weren't psyops.
Of course not. No. So I believe that there should be a man of the house.
You had a polio vaccine, right?
Correct.
Why?
Because I didn't get polio. I wouldn't have a COVID vaccine because I'd still get COVID. Plus probably myocarditis and have a heart attack.
See? Smack down. And the guy is going to change the subject from that to a different one.
We believe there was a man of the house 10 years ago.
Do you think statistically more people got myocarditis by having the...
He changed it. Do you think that more myocarditis die for this and that? That was unimportant. It was the vaccine. Polio versus this vaccine. He proved this point. The guy did not accept loss. He just changed the subject. He went to something else. Needs to, grab you by the balls a little bit and fondle them. This is this weasel right here. Unbelievable. That's the way this guy operates. So they had a conversation in part 1 that I made. Piers got smacked. And now he couldn't let it go. And again, this guy said, well, I took polio because it worked. The other one, yeah, okay. So let's go to the next clip. And interestingly enough, this clip here has something to do with peasants. Something that I used as well. Peasants, not farmers, peasants, because that's the way we have it in Romania. But nevertheless, let's see what's going on here. And again, Piers tries to attack him for his language. And he's going to say, well, that's the way it is. Let me see.
While you're under house arrest, you tweeted this: avoid women who go to festivals. They're either on some loser's table who's feeding them cocaine or in a crowd of sweaty peasants because they're a sweaty peasant. Endless Instagram stories screaming and having fun to prove to the world they're worthless. Hard pass, festy hoes.
Correct. I tweeted that, yes.
Again, why would you categorize all women who go to festivals in such an unpleasant way?
I actually categorized all men who went to festivals also. Did you read that tweet? Why are you gendering the argument? I think all people who go to festivals are stupid. It is peasantry. I've never been to a festival in my life. I'm not going to stand there and scream and jump up and down for some other human like he's God. I think the whole thing is embarrassing, all of it from head to toe. It's all sweaty peasantry and it's all just drug-fueled insanity. So why...
Have you heard? So Piers got only about women. But he said, well, what do you genderize it? I said it about men too. But it seems like you focused only on that garbage. See how these guys are? And Piers knew that because he didn't counter that. You know what he's going to do? I'm going to play that one. I will not play the rest. But what Piers is going to do is going to say, well, you tell me you have never been to a festival? And he's going to say, no. He's going to change it. He's going to have a little way out after he attacked him. He thought he's going to get a smackdown on Tate with women. He talked about women that way. He said, I spoke about men the same way. So what's your point, boy? You've never been to a... Change the subject. Weasels, man, weasels. Here we have a great smackdown when Piers tries to say that there are some schools and some teachers who banned naming Tate. The students could not talk about Andrew Tate. And it's true. I know someone who attends such a school. And nevertheless, he says, well, what do you say to that? And Andrew Tate will be very, very smart and is going to say, well, I guess if I would change certain things on my appearance and I would follow along with the script, they will not ban my name. But I choose not to be like that. Very, very intelligent.
Me, that their kids who are in their late teens, they're at schools where the name Andrew Tate is banned. Nobody's allowed to mention your name because the teachers think that...
Like this is a good thing.
All brand of masculinity is so toxic, they are seeing an immediate effect on the way that young men behave, and not in a good way.
Is that what the teachers think, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I am actually genuinely concerned by the fact that I've been banned from schools when I do nothing but preach masculine strength and excellence. But then if you actually understand how the society is going and how the world works and all the insanity they're trying to push on all of us, I can understand why they banned me, because I speak the truth. If I was wearing a wig, Piers, and lipstick, and telling young boys to remove their genitals, would I have been banned from schools? No. They would have said, oh, you can say his name, no problem. No matter how big I got, if I had a wig on and lipstick and I had been castrated medically, I would be allowed to talk to the young boys. But as soon as I say you're supposed to grow up and get big and strong, and if your wife doesn't want a job, you need to pay for her, it's your job as a man, you better find some money, then I'm the public enemy number one. Garbage.
Great. That's true. A lot of people think like that, but do they dare to say it? No, because they will probably have their channels closed. And not only, they will be attacked viciously, which that's not a big deal. All right, so it's another smackdown. I got some more. Here is the last clip where Piers Morgan again tries to paint Andrew Tate as a fake, as a phony, who does or says things just to be heard and to get money and not live up to what he preaches. I think that was the whole point of all this interview for 1 hour and 15 minutes, in which Piers Morgan tried to pierce Andrew Tate's armor and tried to expose that he's a weak guy who in jail, in Romanian jail, he cried like a pussy, and he lost everything, and he's just a misogynist, and say sorry, you didn't mean that, what would your religion say about these things, you say awful things, people don't like you, all these things, including the fact that says the Romanian authorities took all your money, so you just do this just for, just to show off. Basically, you're not what you say you are, you're just a fraud. That's what this guy wants to actually convey through his garbage. But it's good because it's a very educational clip, or not clip, interview.
But again, is that all just the smoke and mirrors? Is that all just the top G stuff that you play up to, which has no bearing on reality?
I was the most Googled man on the planet. I was the most relevant man amongst 18 to 35-year-old males, which are the highest earning and spending people on the planet. Do you really think that I can't pay my bills, Piers?
Right now, yeah. Okay. Someone's paying them for you.
Correct, you're right. Someone's paying them for me, you're right. My girl's got a job. She works at Starbucks. Exclusive, Andrew Tate's girl, top G's girl works in Starbucks to pay the rent. I've been exposed.
So his point here, Andrew Tate's, actually Piers Morgan's point here was like, you're just a nobody, you lost everything, you're just supported by other people, because Andrew Tate said, yes, the Romanian government took everything that I got, and how do you get by, how do you pay all these things? Piers Morgan at the beginning of this, I didn't play it, and he said, well, I manage, God will take care of me, God, blah, blah, blah. He didn't give him the information how. He said, it's confidential. How many kids you got? Yeah, I have only one kid at the beginning of this interview. He said, I got more than one kid. With the same woman? Confidential. Why? Why you afraid? Why you like a chicken? Play chicken. I say, well, no, I try to protect my family from idiots like... Okay, so same here. He tried to say, yes, you are supported by a woman or who knows whom, you're a weak, you're done, that's because of your own making and so on. Piers, you just exposed your, I think, dishonesty. And very limited. Dishonestly and very limited. He's made some claims before, and during this interview, and if Andrew Tate wouldn't have been informed about him, and quick to remember and smack Piers Morgan would have left with a victory, but he got bruised, intellectually bruised. I don't think intellectually bruised because he doesn't have much. I watched Piers Morgan a few times, and he's just awful. He's not about finding the truth. He's about, I think, his own interest of being somebody. He's not doing this for, serving a certain kind of master, like the left or right, or a certain kind of media. He got kicked out of the media because he said something that those guys did not like. I didn't agree with that one, but he got some of other people's behavior that he played on some others. But I never like people that are banned. Let them speak. Let them speak, and let the rest make the people, the marketplace of ideas to decide and see if you're right or not by your arguments. Use evidence, link them together, analyze them, synthesize them, reach a conclusion and express it, support it. Don't ban people. Don't try to attack their character like this guy tried. The whole video tried to portray Andrew Tate as a fraud, a liar, a weak person, a misogynist, a this and that. Well, and I'm not a judge, and under the cloak of a sheep, a toothless wolf lies, which is Piers Morgan's. Really toothless. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Watch the whole thing, and you're gonna find out Andrew Tate spoke maybe 20% of the whole interview. The other idiot spoke 80%, and the idiot, interviewed Andrew Tate, and not the other way around. So what kind of the interview was that? It was a lecturing interview. That's why it was lecturing. That's how these guys do it. Interview where they lecture you, they want you to make some mistakes, and they moralize you, and they interrupt you every second, so you can't convey your real answer. Watch it for your own, or on your own. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.